welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me today. This is going to be a reading for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, and Rising positions for the week of November the 1st to the 7th. Okay, let's get started and see what are the major themes that Scorpio will be tackling this week. Why? Chop wood. And loyal heart. Okay, Scorpio. So, this seems like it's going to be a week where you are looking at whether or not your actions are in line with where you feel your loyalties should be at. This is interesting. These three cards are very reflective ones. The why one, this why card, is really wondering about the answers to something. You're questioning something. You're questioning maybe something to do with yourself or something to do with something that's happening in an experience or relationship. You're questioning something. You're looking deeper at an issue here. You're looking deeper. And this idea of chop wood always makes me think of preparing for something in a hurry, that you're getting something ready to start again, and you're looking to do things efficiently and be productive while you do them, but to get them done swiftly, to prepare for something. Again, you're mentally preparing for something here it's entering into the physical world. Now, this idea of loyal heart really with the why card makes me wonder if you're questioning something about your loyalties, and perhaps there has been something that came about rather suddenly to make you start that questioning with that chop wood energy. So it feels like to me that you're questioning your loyalties with respect to something that happened suddenly, and it maybe it brought about a sudden change, and so now you're wondering about maybe you're wondering about the other party, or maybe you're wondering about yourself and asking the question why when it comes to your loyalties about something sudden. Now, what frequencies are going to come in to support you? Yeah, allowance. There is the need to allow something to shift without fear, without resistance, without opinion, and to just sort of partner up with the universe and allow this dance to exist and expand. This is interesting. This idea of allowing something to happen, but you're questioning it. You want to know why it's happening. And we see the delight card here, which suggests that the frequency of delight will support your capacity to create and experience the feelings of intense joy and happiness. The more you feel delight, the more delight you evoke in others. Interesting. I feel like that is going to be like a guiding light for you, is this idea of making sure you feel happy. Synergy, yeah, like this idea of working with the idea of allowance. It's mentioned in this card here. It says the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. I'm telling you, something sudden is coming about for you, something not so obvious, something never seen before, and it's got you questioning the way you work, think, relate, love, be. Yeah, it reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Scorpio, you are doing something very interesting. You are working with Spirit here to co-create something amazing that I feel is going to shift things very suddenly in your world. And it's really involving the idea of like, will you allow and accept these unusual pairings? I feel like there is an unusual sudden pairing between you and a person, or you and an experience or an opportunity, and it's going to be delightful. And you're going to feel very loyal to this energy and want to see it through. And it's interesting. I think all this why card is that you're going to be questioning what this energy is in the first place, this connectivity that brings us together in such a synchronistic way. This synergy that you're going to experience, I feel, is going to birth something new in your life. This is really exciting energy to be sitting in for you here, Scorpio. Now, we're in the season of Scorpio, so it certainly is your time to shine. Happy birthday, by the way, Scorpio. If it's your birthday when you're listening to this. But the sun is in Scorpio, Mars is moving through Scorpio. It really is the time for you to shine. And I feel like you're just being given the messages of allow it and pursue your delight, pursue happiness, and allow shift to happen. And expect sudden, not so obvious things to be the outcome. It's a very exciting time to embrace the unknown. Okay, let's see here. Okay, doubt, love, and patience. Okay, those are the messages here for you. Let's start with patience here. If you've tried, if you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. Isn't that interesting? May I let this be for now? Help me relax and trust that everything will be met. Often change soon follows. Yes, this chop wood energy really suggests something sudden is shifting, and it's almost like you just have to let it go and be patient. Don't worry about being a busy bee. You know what I mean, Scorpio? Just allow it to shift. Allow it to shift. I feel like it's going to happen very suddenly. And again, I love this message of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. And I feel like that is, there's some things that we can't control with our physical effort. Sometimes it's just energy. We are energy. The whole universe is energy. So why wouldn't energy have a role to play, right? Now, the idea of love here, it says it's not about finding love. You are love itself. Help me to send so much compassion and caring to the inner child that I always remember I myself am love. This is beautiful. This idea of a loyal heart, delight, and love. I really feel like you are moving into a space where love, compassion, and this unconditional regard for yourself is going to be really important in taking you forward here, Scorpio. Now, this idea of doubt is interesting. I feel like this is a message to ask you to free you from any doubt you have about this why that you keep asking points to doubt, right? When we ask why, it might be because you're doubting something. And I feel like you're doubting maybe the connectivity, the synergy here that maybe you have yet to experience, but you just need to be a little bit patient. But I feel like it's on its way. It's en route here for you. The doubt card says offering all to the divine doesn't mean negativity never arises, but you can say, free me from this prison of doubt. I cast this burden to you. Show me your will and restore me to faith and confidence. Exactly. And so I feel like being free of that doubt and being restored into that confidence with patience and love guiding you, this is going to be a very interesting time for you, Scorpio. I feel like you're going to experience something suddenly that will really be quite profound in showing you the connectivity of everything around us. I feel like you're going to experience the outcome of something, maybe something that started in a long time ago and you were expecting an outcome in the past, but it never came, and now it's suddenly here. And it's really going to show you where your loyalties lie or where love lies. Very interesting. It's really going to show you a lot about your heart and where you delight. And I feel like it's going to connect some dots for you here that you've been questioning, things that you have been actively questioning. Let's jump into the tarot cards and see what messages we get. Hermit. Yep, right off the top, you are going to be reflecting on some things from the past to understand the wisdom so that you can move forward and allow things to shift. I feel like you are going to experience a shift. The only thing that's blocking your ability to sort of reflect on this openly is this lack of self-love. So no wonder you got this card. Okay, so this idea here that you don't have enough, you're not enough. And I always think of the Four of Pentacles as sort of this idea that you don't feel like you're enough. You feel lacking. You know what I mean? You feel like you're at you're from the lack mentality here, and that lack mentality is having an obstacle here. It's creating an obstacle on your ability to reflect on the past in a way that will allow you to not judge yourself and not be hard on yourself, but to have compassion for that inner child and to love yourself unconditionally as you look at some of these things from the past, just to understand the connections, right? Not to persecute yourself, not to punish yourself. Yeah, you have lost faith in yourself. There is a loss of confidence here. You know, you're asking the universe here to restore your faith and confidence. And I see that that's top of mind. When I see the Star card in reverse, this card follows the Tower in tarot. So it's almost like after something really, you know, really illuminating happened, something that really showed you the truth about stuff, and sort of brought you back down to a place where you could start again, you lost your confidence. You lost your ability to have faith in yourself as you rebuild. And it's all sort of coming from this idea that, yeah, you had tried to build something. You tried to overcome obstacles and to face challenges in the physical world, and you were able to do it, but then something happened to sort of blow your confidence away. And now you don't trust yourself. Now you don't have faith in yourself. And it feels like the answer to that is to go back to the basics with yourself, being very introspective, but to bring love into that equation, Sagittarius. Knight of Wands really is the time to develop a new idea about how to move forward and do something that you will be the leader of, something that needs time to develop, but that you will manifest. I feel it will come along actually faster than you can imagine once you start sort of embodying some of this higher vibrational energy of love and patience and compassion and forgiveness and allowing and not resisting, right? Yeah, this has something to do with you feeling vulnerable, and it could involve a partner, it could involve a Gemini, it could involve an Aquarius, it could involve a Capricorn. You know, it looks of even the Hermit is here, so that could even be Virgo. So there seems to be some relationship that was very sort of vulnerable for you, somewhere where you did let down your guard, and maybe you got let down. Maybe you saw behind the veil and realized that, you know, sometimes it's not a great idea to meet our heroes sometimes, because they are just people after all, you know, and when you put someone up on a pedestal, they have no choice but to let you down in the end, because they're just people after all. So it's interesting. I feel like it's time for you to start again, and you're sort of like, oh, I don't know if I can do this. Yeah. Empress in reverse, you're doubting yourself. You're doubting your ability to create again. Yeah, you're doubting yourself, and it's showing up as like you want to start, but you're having a difficult time getting off the ground. Ten of Swords in reverse. You want to get up though. You're like, I'm not done. I'm gonna keep going. You're gonna persevere, but it's almost like you got to heal first. Maybe you got to give some love to this individual here. This is you. Like, this sucked. This was difficult. You got to heal from this. And I feel like you're going to heal through really loving yourself and understanding that even if you go back and look at this experience and you find things that you don't, you know, particularly you're like, oh boy, what was I thinking there, or whatever. So what? Yeah, you know, so what? Everyone, we're all very smart when it comes to our behaviors. We come at situations from the level at which we've understood ourselves up until that point. So you can't be too hard on yourself, because every experience teaches you more and more about yourself. So even if you don't like how you showed up in that timeline, You're able to start a new timeline at any time here because of this synergy. You just have to have the confidence and the faith in yourself to start again, like you have many times, King of Pentacles. Yeah, at the end here, we see a Sagittarius temperance energy where you're being asked to really, really be patient and understanding with timing here, and being gentle with yourself and compassionate is going to be really important. This message of patience is here twice now with the patience and the temperance card. And, you know, at the end of this, I really feel like you are going to be starting a new path. And it's up to you if you feel like it's time or not. But I feel like, according to what I'm seeing here, it feels like the only obstacle is your wounded inner child. And you can help that inner child heal. You can help that inner child feel confident again and get back up, and to understand that it's all about learning. It's all about learning. And that sometimes change comes really suddenly to change everything, right? I love the messages in these two cards here, especially about being open to whatever comes your way without judgment, without opinion, without fear, and without resistance, and to allow the universe to be your partner, okay? And then this message here, that accepting and allowing the not so obvious and never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that the new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. Like, that's really exciting. But I feel like this is all coming to you from something that was difficult. Something that was very difficult. So it's like this difficult situation that you went through had a meaning. That's another way to look at it. That this situation that you went through that kind of took your faith in yourself and shook you down to the core, it had a purpose. It's leading you towards this other thing. You know what I mean? It's like you just got to heal from this. And you're being asked to do that with this Hermit card. You're being asked to take some time out by yourself to reflect on this situation that happened that was kind of brutal and left you a little bit shaken. But you can rebuild. And you can rebuild even if you've tried forever to shift this. All you really need to do is embrace the idea that you are learning from this step by step. I love this message too here. If you've tried forever to shift a problem, there's probably something to learn from embracing it. So it might be a question of like really needing to look at this again and embracing it instead of feeling victimized by it, to sort of retell the narrative in a way that's more empowering. Does that make sense? Okay, Scorpio, I'm going to leave it at that. Happy birthday to any Scorpios watching. And if this has resonated for you and you would like a personal reading, my email's in the description below. And thank you again so much for watching, subscribing, and liking. And we'll see you again very soon for another reading. Okay, sending you lots of love and light, my friends. Have a great week.